need a new beer.
Oh shit.
We'll get it in a sec. So what's been happening since I left? I mean, I've been gone for like 2 weeks, and now it's GDC, and I'm still fucked up, so I can't go.
Should you really be drinking at this point? Aren't you on lots of medication?
No, I stopped taking the meds, and as soon as I stopped taking the meds, then I went back to the alcohol. It's great.
Old-fashioned medication.
Yeah. It works.
Ryan, can you at least come to the keynotes? Because the keynotes are all the really exciting stuff's going to go down, I think.
I've been reading the internet message boards. You know, I really do want to go to the keynotes, at least the Miyamoto, or not the Miyamoto one, because apparently they're not going to have any new info there, but I do want to go to the first.
So though they have to show some stuff. I bet you they show like Super Paper Mario, some things that we've already kind of have a good idea of, but I bet they will show some of the, because this is GDC and Nintendo always does a very developer focused one. I bet you they'll show some of the indie games that they're doing.
Are they actually doing indie games?
Yeah.
You mean for Virtual Console?
For Virtual Console, yeah, exactly. I bet you they'll tease a couple of those and maybe show like a new channel or two, like for the Wii.
Well, you've always been saying you think he's going to show Wii Fitness, like that rumored, like, you know.
I think they were going to show that or Animal Crossing, and then when this news comes out that they can't talk about anything because of the legal issue, I have to wonder if that will be resolved by then. I think it might be resolved by then. I think that's a lot of hullabaloo, and the idea that Nintendo can't talk about anything is asinine. Like, they've announced a lot of games that they haven't shown in a long time. Why can't they show us those again? They've already been announced.
Wouldn't that, I mean, them not being able to talk about anything in the future would sort of step on some stuff that they're going to do anyway, like what Keiichi Ano's talking about, the Elite Beat stuff. They just talked about Oendan 2.
I mean, they're not bringing Miyamoto over here just to talk about like general editions. They're going to show something. Right. I mean, you're bringing, you know, the big man over. Yeah, I mean, they're going to show something. I mean, come on.
What, the last 2 years, right? And both times they've shown games, like they showed Nintendogs, they showed games that we'd seen or sort of heard of, and then they showed a surprise. Like last year it was Zelda, it was the DS Zelda. Maybe they'll show more of that, but they'll bring some surprise and they'll show something that you kind of know but don't know. Like maybe it's Super Paper Mario. I don't know.
We saw
But EA is actually publishing that, not Nintendo.
Right, but like, I mean, as far as things to show, I mean, the adaptation of social networking within all the consoles, it seems to be such a focus on.
Speaking of social networking, so it sounds like that's going to be kind of the thing of Phil Harrison's keynote, right? The Sony PS3 keynote, expanding on what he was talking about at DICE, where it's like user-created content with the iToy. You upload your video of you playing SingStar.
What news from the Empire, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, the PlayStation Home stuff that leaked out, that's real, and that is it. I mean, that's a huge deal, and like, I'm curious about what kind of details they'll give us, like if we'll know when this is coming, how third parties will be using it, what it's going to look like.
I think they're going to show the home stuff, but I think it'll be like, and you'll get this, you know, next year.
That's the thing. As a PlayStation 3 owner, I want it now rather than later. Like I would love to be able to go home on Wednesday and be able to like turn on my PS3.
Go home with you.
Yeah, I'd like to turn on my system and download something.
We've all heard there's a big firmware update coming at the end of this month with the European launch. I'll be surprised if Home is ready for that. I don't think it will be. Though I've heard that there's like a beta version that's running right now that developers have. So like it is up and running somewhere.
I'm like a little concerned like Sony might be missing a really huge opportunity right now because they kind of have these big games, but what we're kind of expecting is like Warhawk and like a couple like iToy games. Like maybe these iToy games will be some kind of cool thing, but I was a little disappointed when I first heard that.
Yeah, like I hope I not have to watch Heroes to go see new Heavenly Sword footage. I mean, that's my personal. Like, I would like to see something else.
I don't have to watch Heroes.
Well, actually, I do want to watch Heroes, but for that reason. Yeah.
We know they have all these big games. You know, they have Ratchet, Uncharted, Heavenly Sword. All these games we know exist. Killzone. We know they're out there. But it's just like, is this the right time to show them? Probably not. I think they're gonna have it.
I would show something, especially since Microsoft is at least gonna have. You know, we know they have Mass Effect, and Mass Effect's gonna be huge. You know,
Fable 2. They're going to be showing.
I don't think they're going to show that much Fable 2. I think he's going to talk for an hour about this great new revolutionary feature.
It's going to make you pregnant.
Well, okay, regardless, Sony does have all these big guns, and I think hopefully they take this as more of a public showing, and not. I think Nintendo will skew more towards developers. I think this is a big chance that Sony can't miss, especially with E3 being pushed back.
We say the same thing about Sony every single time, though. Like for like TGS, this is when Sony's got to have their big coming out. And what did we get? Like Kutaragi ruminating on Google Maps as a development tool.
Yeah, the keynote, but they did it at the show.
If you were at the show, the PS3 looked really good.
It
if you were at home reading the keynote like fucking speech, it sucked.
It's someone who was there.
Oh yeah,
No,
I remember you.
There, man, you just don't know.
But really, like the home thing is such a huge endeavor for them, and like to show all their games, it's kind of like it's too muddled. I think like focus on like this is our online plan for
but
real.
Home better like be a home run. Like it better be like, oh my god, that's everybody's got to be talking about. They're not going to show any other games.
It kind of actually reminds me of Phantasy Star Universe having your own little room
That
and like
was-
trophies
that was
and stuff. And it was so cool going into different people's rooms and seeing like, how the hell did they get this? Like even as like wallpaper or
I personally
something.
would take some I mean, home sounds great, but really what I want is all these little technical flaws with the PS3 firmware to be
upscaling for old
upscaling for DVD. I want the cross media bar to appear over my games when I'm playing, so I can download at the same time. I want
the background downloading is coming, but we need more than just that. We need like lots of small functionality updates that we all
want them to
expect.
be closer to Xbox Live.
Friends list for Motorstorm.
Yeah,
would be
I basically
cool.
just want the experience to get.
I mean,
better.
Sony knows that. They know that their online service has not been good up to this point.
Is that what they told you?
That is what they do. And I think that PlayStation Home, I haven't seen it in function, but we're going to see it tomorrow. But I think it has the potential to, in one fell swoop, make Xbox Live users who are spending $50 jealous for something that's free. I think it's going to be free in 2007.
2007, you're
Free
saying.
in 2007.
You want to put some
I
money
also
on
think
that,
that
right?
Xbox
Let's
Live-
put a cheese stick on that right
You
now.
should eat that cheesecake. But
I
I think the big question is,
Brian and I will.
so if Home is as great as Mark and I think it might be, if it really is great, everybody's like, wow, that's really great.
I don't
then-
argue that it will be
then,
great.
Does Microsoft have a response now, or do they wait until like fall, or like when do they respond?
I don't think it's gonna be great. I mean, Sony hasn't really had anything great in the online space yet. I think that realistically, it's gonna start off just like their online service now, where it's gonna be Phil Harrison showing you like it'll be like what he showed for SingStar, which looked really cool. But you're like, yeah, this will happen, in 8 months.
It's surprisingly great in the online space.
So is Motorstorm.
How's the friends list of Motorstorm?
Not so integrated.
Not so there.
Is Microsoft going to announce how much Xbox Live Gold for PC costs?
They
at
sort of
GDC?
already did actually. With the Shadowrun promo that came out, it says it'll be either or. Like if you have Live Gold already on your 360, then you'll have basically cross-platform access on PC Live. But if you don't have the Live functionality already, which I mean everyone at the table here uses Live already in some capacity. So for us, Live Anywhere is sort of an extra thing. Well, Shane has.
I have used Xbox Live. I have.
So you're saying PC to PC is free, but if you pay, so why would I pay? You're sub-fracturing the market.
I have no idea. That's Microsoft's issue to solve.
Asking why would I splinter my user base? Well, that's a question that you shouldn't be asking us. You should be asking Microsoft.
And literally, it just comes down. I mean, it just proves that the only reason that they're not charging for the PC to PC experience is because PC gamers would be fucking pissed if they had to.
Well, and they've said to us, when we came into the space, the console space, there was no one there, so we could sort of set the model. Well, if Home is good, and if the PlayStation Network gets up to speed, and it stays free, which I still think is an entirely another issue on its own.
Really?
I don't think Home will. I think Home will not be free.
I think it might be.
Interesting.
I think Home will be very heavily like advertising supported. Actually, that's what I think it's going to be.
I don't think that Home will be free. And if it's not, I don't think they're going to tell you this week.
Consider advertising not free?
It's like when you get the PGR free pack.
They're gonna absolutely. They won't make you pay for that.
I bet you they will.
Speaking of online, what do you think Nintendo's going to blow the lid off online gameplay for Wii?
2010.
I'll make myself laugh.
He had a hernia too. Don't make him laugh.
Laughing does
But if
hurt.
they do show Animal Crossing, that has to be online.
It must.
You're gonna have a different friend list for like 3,000 different things
Different
you're doing in that
friend
game.
codes.
Oh my
Hey, just
God.
add me. I'm 80372142.
I mean, I feel like we're sitting here and we're talking about what Nintendo's going to do, what Sony's going to do, but
No,
Microsoft's kind of
Mass Effect. The thing about the Microsoft stuff is we kind of think we know it anyway. As far as there being a surprise, Mass Effect, Fable 2, Blue Dragon.
They don't have a keynote, so there's no big venue for them to announce anything.
It doesn't matter. It's games. It's real software. It's like things that people are actually going to play, things that people care about, and we're going to get to, at least see them played tomorrow. That's like, that's
Right.
Yeah, for me,
that's
like
good.
for me, seeing someone play Mass Effect is like
like
that's
the
show.
highlight. That's what I want to see. I want to see Mass
Everyone's
Effect.
expecting about Zephyr.
Zephyr.
Yeah, we know it's coming. We know it's coming soon, but I don't think this is where they're going to show it.
This is not the time for Zephyr.
They don't have a place to, like a venue to make a big splash out of it really here.
Who cares? They're not going to break compatibility with current Xbox 360 systems. Every game that they show, which is what really matters, games. Like those are going to play on Xbox 360 consoles that are in the homes of however many thousand users already have them. It doesn't matter.
And I have a TV with HDMI, and I really don't care that much about Zephyr. And I download TV shows too to my hard drive. I don't really care that much.
Someone who's in the market for an Xbox 360, you would care, and you would not want to buy one if you knew a better unit was coming.
Well, actually, if I was in the market for an Xbox 360 and I cared enough about HDMI, I would probably already own an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
If I care enough about HDMI, like you bought an Xbox 360 like the first couple months it came out because it was the first HD system.
Your assumption there is that everybody who cares about high-tech TVs already has Xbox 360. That's far from true.
In general.
No, what kind of
I think, yeah.
That's an asinine generalization. You think like Xbox 360 has reached critical mass with people who have good TVs?
Early adopters of TVs are the same people who are early adopters of video game systems. That's an asinine. That's an asinine assumption. Okay. It would be nice to have a larger hard drive. I would have to, because I'm actually starting to download things.
Hardware announcements. They did announce the new memory card, the 512K memory card, at its
And
value
the-
price of
The XNA
$49.99.
content.
Here's the thing: the actual the price scheme that they use for accessories like the memory card is double that for the HD. That's a model they want to stick to. It's so now that's the model they want to stick to. So this new hard drive will probably be like 8 million times the space for $100 whenever they announce that.
That's what they need to do. They need to just drop the existing hard drive that you buy in stores off the market. It needs to go away, and there needs to be a much bigger hard drive for the
I don't
same
know,
price.
120 gigs,
Something
$100
like that.
would be okay.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
The 360 hardware spec is in flux this much. I think they need to solidify it now. Why leave people guessing? Why leave people like, I don't know what I'm gonna get, how big it's gonna be, when I'm gonna get it? Like, they need to like figure that shit out and let
doesn't
people
matter.
know. It does matter.
No, it doesn't, because right now the experience on Xbox 360 is fine. The only
If you buy a core system, is it fine right now?
no, but have you heard of anyone that's bought the 20 gig PS3? Do you know anyone who's
Oh
bought
wait,
that?
they don't make it.
Exactly.
Oh wait, the
Right.
20 gig PS3 is a unicorn.
And when
It's
was
a myth.
I haven't seen I haven't even seen a core system. I mean, I know it exists, but I've never seen one at a store. I've never seen a core
grips
system.
and grips at Best Buy. Not the 20 gig, the 60 gig. It's just sitting there. It's like propping other
Anyway.
things up.
The Xbox 360 experience, if you have the premium pack, if you have a hard drive on your system, that's fine right now. The only thing that, as a user of a 360, I would want is more space so I can store what I see potentially. Like, I want more television shows on my system. I want instead of the ability to like rent movies, HD movies, I want to be able to download HD movies. I want to not have to worry about HD DVD, and I want to be able to like just download all the content I want onto a giant hard drive. And I know that my hard drive is removable, so as an Xbox 360 user, what I want is a hard drive that doesn't cost me a grand.
Microsoft has the opportunity right now with the Zephyr to make it through. The Zephyr is the premium pack and make the core unit have a hard drive. Why not? Why not?
No, I agree.
Why not?
Here's the thing: what they're going to discuss, and the argument and the discussion that they're going to be having internally is, when do we do this new SKU? We've got Grand Theft Auto and Halo 3 this fall. Do we release the new SKU ahead of those at $399, and then do we drop the price to try and push more units to the premium system, which then would become the core? When do you make that move strategically? Or do you say, like, you know what, let's hold off on this and bank on being able to sell hardware just on those two games alone? Like,